So this is a VR. The question I was asked was, what is your favorite fire starting method? And as you guys have seen over the past year or so, I've been on a bit of a journey, coming from having been a ferro rod guy to, for my very first video, discovering the flint and steel, and then realizing that I had to actually improve my skills on the ferro rod when I stopped using when I stopped using char cloth, when I just wanted to use natural materials, like, you know, what you saw me doing for this, in fact, was cedar bark that I wrung the ever-loving hell out of. I did the same with some jute, made some feathers. I call them just feathers because I tend to take them off the stick. But like, I still used char cloth for this because obviously with the flint and steel, you're not going to just snap into a pile of leaves. But you know, I had to sort of think my ferro rod process when I stopped trying to use like char cloth or Vaseline and cotton balls or whatever. And so it's been exciting to to sort of get back in touch with the ferro rod. But what I've discovered is that the flint and steel has really become and remains my favorite method. I can't beat the time-honored aspect of it, the fact that it feels so primeval to take a piece of steel and a rock, you know, and snap up a fire. I also find that it's a little quicker sometimes, because, you know, with the ferro rod I've gotten a lot better, but this is just faster, you know. And I've tried a lot of different charred stuff. I made some charred jute rope, I made some charred punk wood. Cotton is still my favorite because I find it's easier to just sort of hold on there without crumbling it to dust before getting an ember on it. And I've become very, very quick at this. Yeah, so the answer to the VR is just this flint and steel is still my favorite. In the time since this is the exact same flint and steel that I did my very first video on. And I still do think I would rather a larger steel. I like this shape, but in my first video I said I'd prefer when I was big enough to get 3 fingers into. That is still my opinion. But this works fine. I like it. That's my favorite. What I've been doing a lot lately is making fires in this little cheesy IKEA stove that I made, because I'm not in a lot of area where I'm allowed to make an open fire. And what that has taught me is that I really have to shrink my bird's nest. You might have noticed while I was making the fire just how small that bird's nest is. But the method doesn't change. It's all the exact same stuff, it's just you scale it down. You chop the wood a little smaller, you know? So it's no harder or easier to do it in this than, you know, a fire pit. But yeah, breaking out the flint and steel always sort of gives me that, man, I feel so primeval, you know? I'm ancient. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the answer right there. Flint and steel. That's the one for me. Thanks a lot, guys. That's all she wrote. Thanks for watching.